Logan Carter, synonymous with innovation and cutting-edge technology, lived a life most could only dream of. As the CEO of Pinnacle Innovations, a leader in artificial intelligence and robotics, Logan's empire touched industries and lives worldwide. His sleek penthouse in the heart of Manhattan symbolized success, but to those who looked closer, it was also a monument to solitude. What the world didn't know was the man behind the polished corporate image. Logan was a puzzle, rarely seen outside his work environment, a figure that intrigued business elites and media outlets alike. Despite his immense wealth and influence, his personal life remained blank. Who was Logan Carter beyond the boardroom? And what drove him to build an empire from nothing? But Logan's journey was far from a fairy tale. Born into poverty, with a family burdened by hardship, he had struggled and sacrificed his way to the top. Even now, at the pinnacle of his career, his success came at a price, one that left his personal life in stark contrast to his professional triumphs. What happens when a man with everything suddenly realizes what he's missing? And how far will he go to bridge the gap between his outward success and his inner emptiness? To uncover the truth behind Logan's rise and the decisions that would change his life forever. Don't miss this captivating story of ambition, resilience, and the transformative power of human connection. Subscribe to our channel to join the journey into stories that inspire, move, and resonate with the heart. Logan Carter's tale is just the beginning. Logan Carter's life was a dichotomy, a dazzling public persona shadowed by an intensely private existence. From the outside, he was the embodiment of the American dream. A self-made billionaire revolutionizing industries with Pinnacle Innovations' groundbreaking technologies. His name graced the covers of prestigious magazines, his company dominated headlines, and his innovations reshaped industries. Yet, for all his achievements, Logan lived in the quiet isolation of his Manhattan penthouse, far removed from the world he had transformed. What truly set Logan apart wasn't just his intellect or business understanding. It was his relentless drive. But where did that drive come from? What fire fueled his endless pursuit of perfection? His origins held the answer, though it was a story he rarely shared. Logan grew up in a small town where dreams often withered under the weight of reality. His parents worked tirelessly to provide for their 4 children, but poverty seemed an unshakable shadow. At the same time, other boys played sports or dreamed of becoming local heroes. Logan scavenged junkyards, piecing together old wires and circuit boards to create rudimentary robots. Even then, his vision extended beyond his circumstances, and he was determined to rise above them. The world didn't know how much those humble beginnings shaped the man he became. Logan's fascination with technology wasn't just a hobby. It was his escape, hope, and future. And while many admired his meteoric rise, few understood the scars that success couldn't heal. Behind the polished image of the tech mogul lay a man grappling with the hollowness of his achievements. His empire, though formidable, couldn't fill the void left by a lifetime of sacrifices. His carefully curated life began to feel like a gilded cage, and the question that haunted him was simple yet profound. What was all this success for? To the public, Logan Carter was a mystery. To himself, he was a work in progress, searching for something beyond the applause and accolades. And when an unexpected invitation forced him to confront the emptiness in his personal life, Logan realized that his greatest challenge wouldn't be in the boardroom. It would be finding the courage to let someone into his heart. The call came on a brisk fall evening as Logan sat by the floor-to-ceiling window of his penthouse, overlooking the city that never slept. He had just finished reviewing Pinnacle Innovations' latest quarterly report, and the numbers were staggering, a testament to his vision and leadership. Yet, as he set the tablet aside, the silence of the penthouse felt deafening. His assistant, Claire, interrupted his thoughts with a call. "Mr. Carter, an intriguing opportunity just came in." "What kind of opportunity?" Logan asked, his voice even but laced with curiosity. "It's Eduardo Mendoza, the Spanish investor. He's expressed significant interest in partnering with Pinnacle Innovations," Claire explained. "But there's a condition." Logan frowned. Conditions weren't uncommon in high-stakes deals, but Eduardo's reputation suggested something different. "What does he want?" Claire hesitated. "He's invited you to a dinner in 2 weeks." It's his personal tradition. He prefers to meet potential partners in a social setting. And he's asked that you bring a significant other. Logan's frown deepened. A significant other? Yes, Claire said. He values personal connections and believes they reflect on professional relationships. It's unusual, but his influence in the European markets could be transformative for Pinnacle. Logan leaned back in his chair, rubbing his temple. He didn't have time for relationships, let alone one he could present at a high-profile dinner. His life revolved around his work, and that singular focus made him a tech world legend. But Eduardo Mendoza's investment wasn't something he could dismiss. It wasn't just about the money, the doors it could open, the partnerships it could forge, and the influence it could secure for Pinnacle Innovations in untapped markets. As Logan considered his options, a thought struck him. If he couldn't find a partner in the traditional sense, perhaps he could create the illusion of one. It was unconventional, but then again, so was Logan's entire career. Claire, he said finally, let's approach this strategically. Find someone suitable. She doesn't need to be real. She just needs to be convincing. Claire paused, then replied, Understood, Mr. Carter. I'll make the arrangements. Logan ended the call and stared out at the city lights. For the first time in years, he felt the stirrings of uncertainty. The dinner with Eduardo Mendoza would set the stage for Pinnacle Innovations' next chapter, but it might also force Logan to confront the walls he had built around himself. Little did he know, this unorthodox decision would lead him down a path he never expected, a journey of vulnerability, connection, and a chance at something he hadn't dared to hope for in years, genuine happiness. Claire was efficient, as always. Within 2 days, she presented Logan with a curated list of candidates, women from elite circles, all carefully vetted for their poise, intelligence, and ability to handle high-pressure situations. They were polished, elegant, and ready to impress someone like Eduardo Mendoza. Yet, as Logan conducted brief interviews with each candidate, he felt an unsettling sense of detachment. One was too rehearsed, her answers carefully crafted but devoid of authenticity. Another seemed overly eager, her charm feeling more like an act. Logan realized he wasn't just looking for someone to fulfill Eduardo's expectations. He needed someone who could reflect his values. Someone genuine. Frustrated and running out of time, Logan decided to take a break. He left his office and ventured to a nearby coffee shop, a rare indulgence in his tightly controlled routine. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the hum of quiet chatter offered a slight reprieve from the relentless demands of his world. As he waited for his order, his attention was drawn to the woman behind the counter. Ava Harper, her name tag read. Her dark hair was tied back in a loose ponytail, and her sharp blue eyes held a spark of confidence. She moved with an ease that belied the fast pace of her work, handling customers with grace, even when they were impatient or demanding. Intrigued, Logan watched as she resolved a minor dispute with a smile and a quick joke that left the customer chuckling. Her composure struck him, a natural ability to adapt and connect, traits he rarely encountered in his corporate world. When the line cleared, Logan approached her. "Miss Harper?" he said, his tone even but curious. She looked up, offering a polite smile. "Yes, how can I help you?" "My name is Logan Carter. I'd like to discuss an opportunity with you. Something unconventional." Ava raised an eyebrow, her curiosity piqued but guarded. "Go on." Logan hesitated briefly, unaccustomed to asking for help. "I need someone to accompany me to an important business dinner. It's a one-time arrangement, and I'd compensate you generously for your time." Ava's smile faded as she studied him, trying to gauge his sincerity. "You want me to pretend to be your date?" "Yes," Logan admitted. "I know it's unusual, but I believe you'd be perfect for the role." She crossed her arms, a skeptical glint in her eye. "Why me?" Logan met her gaze steadily. "Because you're authentic. I've seen how you handle people, calm, confident, adaptable. I need someone who can navigate a high-stakes environment without pretense, and I think you can do that." Ava was quiet for a moment, weighing his words. The offer was unusual, but the prospect of earning extra money was tempting. She had bills to pay and a younger brother to support. Finally, she nodded. "All right, Mr. Carter. I'll do it, but I have a few conditions." Logan inclined his head. "Name them." First, no lies about who I am. I'll play the part but won't fabricate a story about myself. And second, I need clarity about the expectations. You're not hiring an actor. You're hiring me? Logan nodded. Fair enough. We'll meet tomorrow to discuss the details. The next day, Ava arrived at Logan's office dressed in a simple, yet professional outfit. Despite her confidence, she was visibly nervous. Logan greeted her warmly, offering a rare smile. Thank you for coming, Ava. I appreciate your willingness to help. It's not the kind of offer I get daily, Ava replied with a dry chuckle. Logan handed her a folder containing information about the dinner. This is everything you need to know about Eduardo Mendoza, his fiancée Clara, and the key players attending. We'll also need to ensure you have an outfit appropriate for the occasion. I've arranged for a personal shopper to assist us this afternoon. Ava flipped through the folder and was impressed by the level of detail. You don't leave anything to chance, do you? In my world, preparation is everything, Logan said, his tone serious. That afternoon, Logan and Ava met with Lauren, an experienced personal shopper at an upscale boutique. Lauren immediately set to work, selecting various dresses for Ava to try on. At first, Ava felt out of place among the luxurious fabrics and high-end designs, but Logan's steady presence helped her relax. Finally, Ava stepped out of the dressing room in an elegant navy gown that hugged her frame perfectly. Logan, usually reserved in his opinions, was momentarily speechless. You look incredible, he said finally. Ava blushed, smoothing the fabric nervously. I just hope I can live up to your expectations. You've already exceeded them, Logan replied sincerely. Over the next few days, Logan and Ava spent time preparing for the dinner. Logan briefed her on Pinnacle Innovations, its key projects, and the significance of Eduardo's potential investment. Ava, in turn, shared snippets of her life, her struggles, her aspirations, and the responsibilities she carried for her family. Logan found himself drawn to her resilience and authenticity. She wasn't just helping him secure a deal but challenging his carefully constructed view of the world. As they rehearsed their story on the eve of the dinner, Ava asked, "Why did you choose me, Logan? Of all the polished, accomplished women you could have hired, why a barista?" Logan hesitated, his expression softening. Because you're real, Ava. In my world, everything is calculated, every interaction, every relationship. But you remind me of what it means to connect without an agenda. Ava smiled, touched by his honesty. I'll do my best not to disappoint. You won't, Logan said firmly. The stage was set, but neither Logan nor Ava could anticipate how much this seemingly simple arrangement would alter the course of their lives. The dinner day arrived, and Logan's penthouse buzzed with quiet activity. A professional stylist worked on Ava's hair and makeup while Logan meticulously reviewed his notes for the evening. His typically unshakable composure was tinged with nervous energy. This dinner wasn't just another business meeting but a gateway to a new era for Pinnacle Innovations. When Ava emerged from the styling session, Logan looked up and froze. She was stunning. The navy gown they had chosen complemented her every feature, and her natural beauty shone through her understated makeup and elegant hairstyle. You look perfect, Logan said, his voice soft but genuine. Ava smiled, a mix of gratitude and nerves in her expression. Let's hope Eduardo and Clara think so. Logan stepped forward, offering his arm. They will. You're ready for this. The restaurant Eduardo had chosen was one of New York City's finest, an establishment known for its exclusivity and sophistication. Logan and Ava arrived early, wanting to ensure everything was in order before their hosts appeared. The private dining room they were led to was impeccably decorated, with soft lighting, fine china, and a view of the city skyline that made it feel like they were dining among the stars. Logan adjusted his cufflinks, glancing at Ava. Just follow my lead and remember. You belong here as much as anyone. Ava nodded, her confidence bolstered by his words. Got it. A few minutes later, Eduardo Mendoza and his fiancée, Clara, arrived. Eduardo was a tall, commanding figure with a warm smile, while Clara's elegance was matched by her sharp, observant eyes. Logan, Eduardo greeted, extending a firm handshake. It's a pleasure to meet you in person finally. The pleasure is mine, Eduardo, Logan replied smoothly. This is Ava Harper, my partner. Eduardo turned to Ava with a charming smile. A delight to meet you, Miss Harper. The pleasure is all mine, Ava responded gracefully, shaking his hand. Clara stepped forward next, her demeanor friendly but curious. As the group settled into their seats, the conversation began with small talk, but soon shifted to the real reason for the dinner. Eduardo's questions about Pinnacle Innovations were precise and insightful, probing not just the company's capabilities, but also its vision for the future. Logan answered with his trademark confidence, detailing the latest advancements in AI and robotics and how Eduardo's investment could accelerate their shared goals. Ava listened intently, occasionally adding a thoughtful comment or question that impressed both Eduardo and Clara. Midway through the dinner, Eduardo leaned back with a satisfied smile. Logan, I must say, your vision is as impressive as I've heard. But what stands out is the balance you bring, innovation and a clear ethical foundation. That's rare in this industry. Logan inclined his head. I believe technology should serve humanity, not just profit margins. It's a philosophy we take seriously at Pinnacle. Clara, who had been observing Ava throughout the evening, smiled warmly. And Ava, you're quite the conversationalist. It's clear you and Logan make a strong team. Ava, caught slightly off guard, composed herself quickly. Thank you, Clara. Logan's passion for his work is inspiring. It's easy to see why Pinnacle is so successful. Eduardo chuckled. It's rare to see such a natural partnership. You're both fortunate. As the evening wore on, the atmosphere grew more relaxed. Eduardo shared stories of his upbringing in Spain, his business journey, and the values that guided his decisions. Clara chimed in with anecdotes that showcased their deep bond, painting a picture of a relationship built on trust and mutual respect. At one point, Clara asked the question Ava and Logan had rehearsed for. So, how did you two meet? Ava glanced at Logan, her rehearsed story ready. We met at a coffee shop, she began, her smile genuine. I was working there, and Logan came in one day. We started a conversation, and the rest, as they say, is history. Clara beamed. That's lovely. How the most unexpected moments can lead to something so meaningful is always fascinating. Eduardo nodded in agreement. Indeed, those serendipitous encounters often hold the greatest value. By the end of the dinner, Eduardo stood and extended his hand to Logan. I've made my decision. I'd like to move forward with this partnership. I believe our companies can achieve extraordinary things together. Relief and pride washed over Logan. Thank you, Eduardo. I look forward to working with you. As they left the restaurant, Eduardo pulled Logan aside. You've chosen wisely with Ava. She's remarkable. A true asset. Logan nodded, his gratitude genuine. She is, isn't she? In the car ride back to the penthouse, Logan turned to Ava. You were incredible tonight. I couldn't have done this without you. Ava smiled, her eyes sparkling. It was a team effort. And, honestly, I enjoyed it more than I expected. As the city lights blurred past, Logan felt a shift within himself. What had started as a calculated business arrangement was becoming something more, something he hadn't anticipated. Ava wasn't just a partner for the evening. She had become a mirror to parts of himself he'd long ignored. And for the first time in years, Logan began to wonder if there was more to life than the empire he had built. The days following the dinner with Eduardo Mendoza marked a subtle but undeniable change in Logan's life. The partnership with Eduardo had opened doors for Pinnacle Innovations, and the deal was hailed as a strategic triumph in the business world. Yet, Logan found himself less focused on the accolades and more drawn to the person who had helped make it possible, Ava Harper. Ava continued to fulfill her role in their arrangement, attending follow-up meetings with Eduardo and Clara, and even discussing Pinnacle's expansion into European markets. What struck Logan was Ava's natural ability to navigate conversations, her charm disarming even the most skeptical stakeholders. She wasn't just playing a part anymore, but becoming an integral part of his world. One evening, after a particularly successful meeting, Logan invited Ava for a walk through Central Park. The summer air was warm, and the park buzzed with life. Children chasing fireflies, couples strolling hand in hand, and street performers filling the air with music. As they walked, Logan opened up in ways he hadn't anticipated. You know, I've spent so much of my life chasing success. I'm not sure I ever stopped to think about what it was all for, he admitted. Ava glanced at him, her expression thoughtful. It's easy to get caught up in the chase. But maybe it's not about the destination. It's about what you find along the way. Her words lingered with Logan, and for the first time in years, he considered the possibility of something beyond his work. As they continued walking, their conversation shifted to lighter topics: favorite books, childhood memories, and dreams for the future. Logan learned that Ava aspired to be a writer and had been working on short stories in her spare time, a passion she had kept alive despite her financial struggles. "You'll have to let me read your work sometime," Logan said, genuinely intrigued. Ava laughed lightly. "Maybe one day, when I'm brave enough." Their connection grew in these quiet moments, and Logan realized that Ava was more than just someone he had hired. She made him feel alive in a way he hadn't felt in years. The following week, Logan invited Ava to a gala hosted by a prominent tech organization. It was a high-profile event attended by industry leaders and media outlets, and Logan knew it would be a test for Ava and their evolving partnership. At first, Ava hesitated. "Are you sure about this? A business dinner is one thing, but this feels like another level." Logan's expression softened. "I wouldn't ask if I didn't think you could handle it. You've already proven yourself." With his reassurance, Ava agreed, and the preparations began. Logan spared no expense, arranging for a designer gown, accessories, and a stylist to help Ava look her best. When the night of the gala arrived, Ava stepped into the room confidently, belying her initial hesitation. Her midnight blue gown was stunning, and the understated elegance of her jewelry only enhanced her natural beauty. Logan, dressed in a tailored tuxedo, met her at the entrance of his penthouse. For a moment, he was at a loss for words. "You look—" He paused, searching for the right word. "Exquisite." Ava smiled, her cheeks flushing slightly. "Thank you. You don't look so bad yourself." They arrived at the gala with a flurry of camera flashes and murmurs. Logan, who typically preferred to keep a low profile, felt unexpectedly proud to have Ava by his side. Ava once again proved her ability to adapt as they mingled with guests. She charmed tech executives with her wit, engaged in thoughtful conversations about innovation, and even navigated questions about her and Logan's relationship with ease. As the evening progressed, Logan was drawn to Ava in ways he hadn't anticipated. Her laughter was genuine, her insights sharp, and her presence grounded him in a foreign yet comforting way. During a slow dance, Logan finally voiced the thoughts building within him. "Ava, this started as a business arrangement, but it's become so much more to me. You've brought something into my life that I didn't realize I was missing." Ava looked up at him, her eyes filled with emotion. "Logan, I feel the same way. You've shown me a world I never thought I'd be part of. And more than that, you've believed in me." In that moment, Logan leaned in, and their kiss felt like the culmination of everything unsaid between them. A connection that had grown not through grand gestures, but through the quiet, meaningful moments they had shared. As they left the gala that night, hand in hand, Logan realized that he wasn't alone or, for the first time in his life, Ava wasn't just someone he cared for. She was someone who had redefined what success and fulfillment were genuinely to him. The days following the gala marked a shift in Logan and Ava's relationship. Their professional arrangement had dissolved into something tangible, profound, and personal. Logan, a man who had built walls around his heart for years, was letting Ava in, brick by brick. Ava, in turn, began to see Logan not as the enigmatic tech mogul the world admired, but as a man, vulnerable, driven, and searching for meaning beyond his accomplishments. Their connection deepened as they spent more time together, blending their lives in ways neither had anticipated. Logan introduced Ava to his closest colleagues, who were initially surprised but quickly charmed by her warmth and intelligence. She attended strategy meetings, offering fresh perspectives that Logan found invaluable. Though her official role remained undefined, Ava became an integral part of Logan's world, a partner in both business and life. One evening, as they cooked dinner together in Logan's penthouse, Ava shared a dream she had been too afraid to pursue until now. I've been thinking about taking a writing workshop, she said, her tone tentative. It's expensive, but it could help me grow. Logan set down the knife he'd been using to chop vegetables and turned to her. Do it, he said firmly. Don't worry about the cost. Consider it an investment in your future. Ava smiled, her eyes glistening with gratitude. You've been my biggest supporter, Logan. I don't even know how to thank you. You already have, Logan replied, his voice soft. You've reminded me of what matters. As Ava began her workshop, Logan was inspired by her determination and creativity. She shared snippets of her stories with him, and he marveled at her ability to weave emotion and depth into her words. Ava's writing became a new thread in the tapestry of their lives, something they shared and celebrated together. Logan's penthouse, once a symbol of solitude, transformed under Ava's presence. Her laughter filled the once silent halls, her books and notes mingling with his sleek gadgets and files. They spent evenings reading together, discussing everything from literature to future ambitions. Ava's warmth breathed life into the sterile space, turning it into a proper home. One afternoon, Ava brought up a question on her mind. Logan, do you ever think about what's next for you? Not for Pinnacle, but for you. Logan paused, considering her words. For a long time, I thought my work was everything. But now, I'm starting to see there's more to life. You've helped me see that. Ava smiled. I think we've both helped each other. As their relationship deepened, Logan contemplated a future he had never allowed himself to dream of. A life shared with someone who understood and accepted him fully. The thought of proposing to Ava took root in his mind, and he knew he wanted the moment to be as meaningful as the bond they had built. Logan planned an intimate dinner at their favorite cozy restaurant with a stunning view of the city skyline. The terrace was adorned with candles and flowers, creating an ambience mirrored their journey. Simple, elegant, and deeply personal. As they sat under the soft glow of the lights, Logan reached across the table to take Ava's hand. Ava, these past months with you have been the happiest of my life. You've brought meaning to everything I thought I understood, and I can't imagine a future without you. Ava's breath hitched as Logan pulled out a small velvet box and opened it to reveal a stunning engagement ring. Will you marry me? Ava's eyes filled as she nodded, her voice breaking with emotion. Yes, Logan. Of course, yes. The other diners on the terrace erupted as Logan slipped the ring onto her finger. The moment was perfect, not because of its grandeur, but because of its sincerity, building their life together. After their engagement, Logan and Ava merged their lives even further. Logan supported Ava's writing career wholeheartedly, encouraging her to submit her work to literary magazines. They celebrated together when her first story was published, marveling at how far they had both come. Ava's presence brought balance to Logan's demanding career, and his love for her inspired new ideas for Pinnacle Innovations. Together, they found a rhythm that allowed them to thrive individually and as a couple. Their love story, born from an unlikely arrangement, had transformed into a partnership built on mutual respect, shared dreams, and a deep understanding of each other's hearts. With their engagement solidified, Logan and Ava laid the foundation for a future reflecting their shared values and dreams. The wedding planning was deliberately intimate. Both agreed they wanted a ceremony that celebrated their journey rather than indulged in extravagance. Their closest friends were invited, including Logan's trusted colleagues and Ava's small circle from her coffee shop days. The venue was a private garden tucked away in the countryside, a serene escape from the city that had once defined Logan's life. On their wedding day, Ava walked down the aisle in a simple yet elegant gown, her face radiant with joy. Logan, dressed in a tailored suit, couldn't take his eyes off her. The vows they exchanged were heartfelt and deeply personal, capturing the essence of their unconventional love story. You've shown me that life isn't measured by achievements but by the connections we make, Logan said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. And you've taught me that even in the most unexpected moments, love can find us, Ava replied, her voice trembling with happy tears. Their first kiss as husband and wife was met with cheers and applause, the garden filled with the warmth of celebration. After their honeymoon, which took them to some of the world's most iconic literary destinations, Logan and Ava returned to New York to build their life together. Their penthouse, once a sterile space of solitude, now reflected the vibrancy of their partnership. Ava's artistic touch complemented Logan's minimalist design. Shelves filled with books, warm-toned furniture, and little souvenirs from their travels. Ava's writing career flourished with Logan's unwavering support. Her collection of short stories, inspired by her life struggles and triumphs, received critical acclaim. She dedicated her first book to Logan, writing, "To the man who believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself." Logan, too, found a new sense of balance. With Ava's encouragement, he implemented initiatives at Pinnacle Innovations that prioritized ethical practices and community impact. He started a mentorship program for underprivileged youth interested in technology, reflecting his belief that success should be a force for good. The arrival of their daughter, Lily, marked another milestone in their journey. Logan, who once struggled to envision a life beyond his work, embraced fatherhood with a passion that surprised even himself. He spent weekends teaching Lily how to build simple gadgets and reading her bedtime stories, his love for her deepening with every moment. Ava, balancing motherhood with her writing, found inspiration in their growing family. Her second book, a novel exploring themes of resilience and love, became a bestseller, solidifying her place in the literary world. Years passed, and Logan and Ava's lives became a testament to the transformative power of connection and love. Their partnership thrived not because it was perfect, but because it built on mutual respect, understanding, and a willingness to grow together. Logan's company, Pinnacle Innovations, reached new heights, earning international acclaim for its technological advancements and ethical leadership. Logan's vision had evolved from chasing success to creating a legacy that inspired others to dream and innovate responsibly. Ava continued to write, her stories touching the hearts of readers worldwide. Her books became a beacon of hope, reminding people of the beauty and resilience and the magic of unexpected connections. Their home was filled with laughter, love, and the warmth of a family that had found each other against all odds. Logan and Ava often reflected on the unusual beginning of their relationship, marveling at how a simple business arrangement had transformed into a love that redefined their lives. In their later years, as they sat together on the balcony of their home, watching the city skyline, Logan turned to Ava. "If someone had told me that night in the coffee shop that you'd change my life, I wouldn't have believed them." Ava smiled, resting her head on his shoulder. Sometimes the best things in life are the ones we never see coming. Their story, rooted in ambition, vulnerability, and the courage to let someone in, became a legacy of love that resonated far beyond their lives. Logan and Ava Carter lived not just as partners in business, but as soulmates who found their most tremendous success in each other.